Hello and welcome back. This is what I'm going to be dubbing the Dark Hour of Chaos Draft, a series of four matches that were the worst experience I've had in this Chaos Draft by far. Start to where we are currently. I will spoil this now. We didn't win a single game in any of the recordings you're going to see today. And these recordings are single-handedly responsible for the banning of Eater in Millions, Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure, and Vanity's Emptiness. Initially, I thought that this loss streak was going to go on for even longer, and I was just going to essentially be throwing the game by continuing to play the same strategy because my deck was pretty good by the end of this. But doing it over and over until this card was banned, these three were set up to be perma-banned, and all the Solemns were banned. For those that don't know or forgot, or if I didn't even mention it in the first place, the way that this ban list works is everything from evenly matched up to here is on the permanent ban list. This is a ban list made of my friend's ban list of every card that he and his friends have had banned in their previous Chaos Draft runs. If a card gets banned more than once, it's perma-banned. Case in point, from what we have added, Moko Moko is now on the permaban list. I believe World Legacy Succession's on the list now. Eater Millions is on the list, and none of these were on the list. Three of the most evil cards in the game never banned. And I'm like, dude, it is my civic duty to make these cards get prepped to be perma-banned because they shouldn't be in a format. I tried convincing him to just ban them for the health of the game, but he didn't want to, so it's like, well, I'm just going to throw 3 games in a row until this happens, so it ended up being 4 in a row, so it is what it is. And I say throw, I was trying, I was just very unmotivated while doing so. So, let's get to the deck list. First episode we're going to be seeing today is Chaos Draft 9. This was when the deck finally started getting some amazing pieces to it. We pulled a second copy of Crawler Soma, which makes the Crawler portion so much more consistent because we have this. We have Pot of Greed and Pot of Duality to set up our turns. We got Shaddoll Fusion and Sheki Naga, which is a perfect mix between the Crawlers and the Shaddolls, and Crawler Soma on his own with any monster is Sheki Naga because of Shaddoll Construct, meaning as long as I have any summonable card and Soma in hand with a Shaddoll monster in hand, heck, a Shaddoll card in hand, I now have a special summon monster negate. This was the best I felt about my deck in so freaking long. Side deck, we put in both copies of Dice Tune that I own because it's like the only spell and trap remove life bold. If you remember from previous episodes, Underworld Goddess got banned, but I pulled Moon of the Closed Heaven because I was like, well, there's another Link 5 that I keep seeing so often, maybe I should just take it. And that Link 5 is Cosmic Tree Irminstill. This card is not good. It is pretty much just a 5,000 attack point beater that gives you health back sometimes, but it's a Link 5 that requires 3+ effects. So I was playing that in Moon of the Closed Heaven with the idea that I could turn 4 of my materials into that by using 2 of them to make Closed Heaven and use my opponent's card as material, and then 2 more monsters to make Irminstill. Unfortunately, I can only use it with 3 monsters if the monster that she points to is a Link 2, which he didn't end up really using enough in zones that I could do it with, so it didn't really come up. Extra and side are otherwise still the same, except for one notable exception. Subterra Behemoth Fiendess. This was another card I was so badly hoping for. For those of you that don't know, this card, for effect, sends a flip monster from deck to graveyard to summon any monster from your hand face down to a zone that she points to. Because it sends for effect, this triggers every single Shaddoll. Yeah, pretty good, don't you think? So, during this time, I took out the wake-ups because I just wasn't liking them in the deck that much. I thought they didn't bring that much anymore. I ended up getting rid of these much later, so you won't see these for much longer, thankfully. But Fiendess is really good because Soma can make her. And as long as I have a monster in hand, I can send, like, Hedgehog, and then I get to add Squamata, or Beast, or whatever else I could want. Pretty nice. Enough yapping, though. On to... these games. So, we're on to Chaos 9. So, opponent's going first. Allure of Darkness for Nessie again. And then they go Eater of Millions. Eater of Millions, and I'm like, this card is gone. It's dead. I'm never seeing it again. 2 back row to defend it too. We go Pod Duality, hope we can get the Darkhold or Raigeki. I see 3 great cards. If it wasn't Eater of Millions, I'm like, wow, these cards would be amazing. Especially Soma. Soma right here doesn't do anything yet, but you know, next turn it's gonna be pretty good. I'll just set this Angel and pass, because I don't want to... I mean, honestly, I shouldn't have even set this. They're just gonna banish it. Take 1100. I'm like, okay, we're fine, we're fine. We have Imperm, we can negate one of them. So I go normal Crawler Glial. I had a reason for this. So, 2 reasons. If he removes this from the field before I activate Soma, Crawler Glial will summon 2 crawlers from deck. And if he tries to remove it in response to Soma, Soma summons himself and then changes the card. So I'm pretty sure that removing this would not stop it, because it tries to resolve as much as it can. He's got vanities, and it's like, just great, great. Well, at least I have Imperm, so I can negate this vanities. So he declares attack, and I'm like, I could have negated it, which would then let me kill one of them by having it crash, because it goes to 0, but I wanted to be able to special on my turn. So I draw another monster I can't summon because of this. We normal summon this, and look! Removal that could have been used on Glial if he didn't use this. Oh, and Vanities gets to live, so I'm just like, just get me out of here. Floodgates, they're fun, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely bring them to your 4 Fun series. Everyone will love you. On to round 2. Side in these Dice Spoons, because I know he's playing this BS. Now we go for the Soma line. Set this card face down. Soma gets Spine Glial. And just turn those 2 into Quality Art. Now I have 2 flips engraved for Quality Art to float into, which is very nice. Mothman hits Nessie. Nessie gets him another Mothman. Mothman hits itself. We both draw a discard. Good for me, because I hit Hedgehog. So I get to add a copy of Squamata. Goes Goblinberg, summon Buzzsaw. I'm like, oh dear Jesus. There's Ausa, which can then summon an Earth, which means my Qualiarch no longer has 2 targets, but it's fine. He's just going into fucking Nightmare Unicorn to spin the Qualiarch, so Qualiarch can't trigger. Now he Xyz locks himself with Buzzsaw. Oh, whoop. And then makes Redoer. And then, oh, look at that. He had Eater of Millions for good measure. Goodbye, Soma. Goodbye, my monster, because it does nothing, essentially. It's like, okay, cool, I have a Hedgehog back, but this board state is like a nightmare to deal with. I had to play around possibly hitting a 5. So, Redoer triggers here. He gets an Angel. I set this and then go, because if I got a 5, I had to have that. Of course, he had the freaking Vanities again. It's a 1-of, but he drew it again. So, doing this, I Pot of Duality. I just hit a Beast. I'm like, okay, well, okay. So I decided to test. I'm like, what happens if Snow books this? Can I beat this? And we learned from this instance, yes I can. Which means, what? I've thrown. Because, if I had known that, I would have gone Snow, kill that thing, then Aknira to summon Hedgehog and summon Squamata face down, which means that he has to go into Abomination so that he doesn't trigger these cards, and just go end phase, and if he does that, well, cool thing about that, I've got cards. So, like, even if he pops this, it's like, cool, I'll just send Hedgehog, because I still have another Hedgehog, get Beast, or get another Squamata. If he pops Hedgehog, cool, just do that anyways, flip this up, kill his thing next turn. But because I didn't know that interaction would work in the first place, I ended up just throwing the game, because that's lethal on board, and goodbye freaking Eater of Millions. Rip Bozo, you will not be missed. He had 2 of them, by the way. On to the next match. This was Chaos Draft number 10. We're just back up here. This deck list looks fine. It's essentially the same list I had last time, except I cut down Mimicking Manager Bug by 1 to put in Terrors of the Overroot, another piece of removal that lets me get rid of both Redoer and the stupid Floodgates. During this draft, I also went for as many copies of Spell and Trap Destruction as I got. I got 1. I got Giga Thunder Guideclops, so I took out a Dice Foon, because I'm like, I'll just put in Archfiend, because it doesn't have a chance of missing, and this can be normal summoned, and when it's summoned, I can change its battle position, and when its battle position is changed, I can target a face-up spell trap, so a Floodgate, and pop it. That's it. No other differences, because it didn't really need to be any differences. The deck is good enough as it is. It's just Floodgates. So let's see what happens with Chaos Draft 10 Part 1. So we're going first. Pretty okay hand, it's whatever. We'll just set Hedgehog so we can hopefully get Doll Fusion. Don't have to worry about our stupid cards getting banished face down before they can trigger anymore, right? So we're all good. Special Cash Unicorn, I'm like, okay, that really freaking sucks. Normal Mathematician, send Dandy, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty strong. Well, it's fine. Space Insulator, yeah, it's whatever. Unicorn Spin, it's like, ah, cool, so, no trigger for me, that's nice. Now I'm taking a ton of damage, and my Extra's getting ripped. What did he rip? My Quailiarg. Oh, what is this name? Yeah, Quailiarg, okay. I was always calling it Qualarg. It's a Quailiarg. I'm like, well, maybe if I top deck Soma, it's fine. Nope. Set Squamata because it's removal. Normal Mathematician, send Snow. Just go Battle Phase. I pop the stupid Unicorn. Oh wait, no I don't. Solemn Strike hits the board. That was when I realized, oh, I need to ban these stupid Solemns too. They are also 1 ban away from being permaban. I've yet to ban them, but they are still in the back of my mind. I hate these cards. I think they are horrible for a for-fun series with your friends. But alas, I am the only one that shares that opinion. So my Squamata gets negated. Want to know a fun fact? These cards are evil. They say you can only use 1 effect per turn and only once that turn, instead of only activate 1. Meaning that even though this is destroyed by a card effect, I can't use the other trigger effect to send Hound to then set this to defense so I don't freaking die. So another card gets banished, it's my Shek, I can't play. On to the next one. Oh, by the way, he told me that the card that he had set face down was Macrocosmos. So I'm like, oh, great, man. I'm like, okay, he'll go first. Surely if he goes first, it won't be stronger, right? Mathematician for Dandy. Now this board state. If I was playing literally any competent deck that does not require setting my stuff face down, this board gets eaten for breakfast. And I'm playing a deck that requires me to flip because I want to. So we draw, we just go this, send Squamata, Squamata, send Falco, Falco summon itself. And Ring of Destruction kills my Mathematician before I can kill a Dandy token. You know what that means. Link 2, Nightmare Unicorn, spin my guy. He pitched Damage Juggler so we could search Hat Trigger. Still hasn't summoned Goblinberg, get Life the Sleepfish, and I see the writing on the wall and just give up. Guess what that card was? I'll tell you, it was Macro. So, Macrocosmos joins the list of banned cards because I needed to make sure those cards started to get banned. I couldn't take it anymore. I know that, like, it didn't come up much in these matches, but knowing that there is a card that says an entire mechanic of the game is turned off is the stupidest thing I have ever heard for making a card game. Yes, let us make cards that say your cards that you've spent hard-earned money on are not playable. Great job, Konami! On to the next one. This is Chaos Draft 11. The deck. We finally put in the wake-ups again, because we got 2 copies of Machia, so now it feels more worth it to play. I am playing Lightning Vortex as another piece of freaking removal, because I drafted it. I'm like, yeah, it's pitching a card for cost instead of effect, but it's something. We also drafted Soul of Luna, which changes my face downs to face up, and changes his face ups to face down, which triggers mine and doesn't let him use his. We also managed to pull a copy of Dragon. Really nice. The deck, other than that, is still pretty much the same, because it's a good deck. I just can't beat the stupid Nightmare Unicorn spinning away my crap all the time. But I can't ban it, because there's the floodgates I gotta get rid of. On to Chaos 11. So it's a pretty meh opening. We go Kuro for Machia, pitch the Intruder, and then pass. I should have honestly just done Machia, summon Kuro, because it summons Intruder, but you'll see it doesn't matter. Mathematician, Verdandi. 2 tokens. Swing, pass. Cool. Sets 3. We draw. Skill Prisoner. Pretty good. Lightning Vortex. We'll pitch it. Stupid board is gone. We'll use Machia, or that again. We'll just pitch this Thrust. Machia to do the Kuro. Trigger the Intruder. Had I done Intruder before? Because, like, the thing is like, is there even a reason to do my board? Because if I made the board before, he knows which one's Intruder, he knows which one's Machia, he knows which one is, Kuro. He just spins the stupid Intruder away, and then he punches the Machia, which is forcing the Kuro to trigger, and Kuro can't do anything. So I know some of this swing, with the hopes of going end phase and sending a card. Of course it's chainable, and I see that he's playing this, because he got Brilliant Fusion. Cosmic Compass, another card I was thinking about banning. He made a mistake, and he only summoned 1 token, but had he not, he would have just summoned 3 tokens, and then just made the Unchained Abomination. I use this to get Intruder. This was day 2, by the way. The first 2 matches were 1 day, and this is the 2nd day. I saw that I draw Soma, and like, now that I've drawn Soma, I have a very good chance of possibly winning this game, but I just didn't want to win. I'm like, I was even saying, like, it is more advantageous for me to just give up, because technically you should have just won the game with your Unchained Abomination play, because had he done that, I don't have this Tindangle Angel in hand. We don't know what I would draw, but going off of what I have, or I guess technically speaking, if I did this first, then this is gone, but if he makes the Unchained Abomination play, which, by the way, as he's doing that, he can go into Unicorn, I force the Unicorn, which the Skill Prisoner protects, so it's like, maybe I'm meh, but I still need to find a way to out that, which I do have some, but it was just a very drab kind of day. We flip this up, and it's an optional, so I don't do it. Crawler Soma, we flip the Machia back down, then we summon Spine and Axon, Quailiarch, and Solemn. Like, okay, we go Kuro, flip this up, link into Construct, make check, punch. Triggers, he gets Mathematician again, and I set this Angel and pass. Math effect, sends damage Juggler, Juggler gets Hat Tricker. Special Hat, make Lizardos. I force the Lizardos to die, at least I get Falco back. Intruder summons, and he concedes. Don't get used to me winning. It don't happen much from here on out. On to the next one. We draw into World Legacy's Mind Meld, and no crawlers. At least I have a way to get in the grave, but we will just set this. I honestly could have just kept this in hand. I actually put this on field because I was like, well, all the Aeneacrafts have an effect to flip himself up and add an Aeneacraft, so I can do that to get the card that pops Floodgates. So that also thins my deck, too. Unfortunately, the only graveyard effect he's going to activate is Dandy, and doing this puts the Dandy back mandatorily. I can't even say no. So, yeah. Base Insulator, Nightmare Unicorn, spin my back row. Goodbye, back row, I missed you. Brilliant Fusion, make Seraphinite, sending damage, Trick Clown summon, take 1,000, Seraphinite, extra normal Leaflish, send Buzzsaw, make Eternal Flame Vixen, grab Agnanimal Candle, summon itself because it was added. Special summon Hat Trigger, make freaking Omega. Punch my monster, hit me for 1 billion damage. Oh, at least I have this card that outs the board, except for the Omega, which is gonna hand rip me. It's like, oh, I had Crawler, so literally, if I do this, I pitch the stupid Neocraft cards, and I've got a 33% chance for him to hit Soma. And if he hits Soma, I'm in a much worse position. But if he doesn't hit Soma, then that means I win on the spot. But Dust Shoot can put back the Soma I finally drew. And so, with this match, Dimensional Fissure gets banned. Now, all of my cards are going to the graveyard, and there is nothing no one can say to stop that. We now get to the next deck, Chaos Draft 12. We get a third copy of Kuro. I turned down a copy of Mocha before, and this is where I finally realized Mocha's good. I thought that Mocha would summon herself in face-down position to wake up a monster that was in face-down to face-up. No, she summons herself in face-up, and then flips the thing up. Meaning, this is 2 flip monsters. Meaning, she and any flip monster is Subterra Beam of Fiendess. I wish I noticed this ages ago. We also have 3 Crawler Soma. So I swear to God, if I don't see this card every game, I'm gonna be pissed. Because what do you mean? Once again, the only difference is now we have Arya the Melodious Diva. That's the best Duelist Alliance pull I've gotten in a long time. And now we're on to the final one for this episode, Chaos Draft 12. So, we're going first. We drew some of the targets already, but hey, it's fine. Actually, he's going first. Gofu, Link Off, or Summon. Drew into the Lapis, but it's whatever. It's 3 stars, so just make Omega. I'm like, okay, well we have Soul and Luna. This is going to negate this Omega, and with my Axon, I get to pop the back row, and if the back row tries to get rid of my Axon when it's face up, I get to float! So we go Kuro for Mocha, pitch a Kuro. He goes for this, and I say, heck no, Soul and Luna! So his thing stays there, and mine gets up. It's Ring of Destruction, which he changed. Foolish idea to change that. I get to summon 2 Crawlers from deck. I go Dendrite and Soma. We go this one, summon the Kuro. It is at this point I learn that she flips things up. So, I flip up the copy of Kuro. Now I set this card face down. Stupid. I flip up Makia. Flip up Soma. Link into Fiendess. Soma, revive Glial and Axon. They were supposed to be face up. So I make Qualiarch. Swing into token. He still has Omega though. He's got Dark Hole. My whole board is gone. It's all good. We get Dendrite and Glial back. He shuffles back his card. Goblinberg. Petricker. Ausa. Take my freaking Qualiarch. Or actually, take my my Subterra Behemoth. I decide to he went to battle phase, so I flip up my Glial now. Glial effect, get back Qualiarch. Dendrite, send Hedgehog. Hedgehog, get Squamata. He can make the Unchained 4 and pop my pawns, but at least I have a Qualiarch on board. Here's where I misplay. I summon Squamata. Wrong decision. I was supposed to just crash Qualiarch. If I crash the Qualiarch, I get to summon 2 Crawlers from my grave. I summon Glial, obviously, and I summon Dendrite as the other one. And then I can set this Squamata and set Terrors. So he has a couple options. He can pop the known Squamata, he can pop the known Glial, he can pop the known Dendrite, or pop the unknown Terror. If he pops anything but Terror, Terror immediately kills this, and I'm just going to give him back Performage. if he pops the back row, now he has to deal with a Squamata, which at least he can pop an end phase, and if he pops an end phase, it triggers to send Hedgehog, and Hedgehog gets me to Squamata, so it's really not that good of an idea. If he pops one of the face-down crawlers, I still have another crawler, and I still have terrors, so this is gone. So really, I have biffed myself so royally. So now I do this, I summon back them and face down, and I set this, and now I don't have any pressure because this is not face down, so he is perfectly capable of just blowing this terrors up. And he gets to swing this into this with battle, use the battle destruction to pop one of them, and then pass the turn to pop the other. I have thrown this game. Because look at that, top deck was Crawler Soma. If I didn't throw, I would have a guy, I get to flip it face down again, and then summon 2 from grave. I am so good! Draw Kuro, get Makia, like maybe I can normal Makia and make Soma. Soma, summon, effect, imperm, die inside, and concede. Final match of today's video. We get World Legacy Survivor, Dragon, Kuro, Soma, Squamata, Kuro. We add the Soma, mill the rest. Squamata, send Hedgehog, Hedgehog, add Beast. Normal Falco, flip the Falco face down. Soma, get Dendrite and Axon. Should have been Glial instead of Axon. Link those 2 off before Shaddoll Construct. Make Makia. Makia, summon Intruder. Pass. Wanna know why I didn't make Shekinaga? It's because World Legacy Survivor Link locks you, and I forgot that. Had I known that, I would have just made Glial. And I would have been rewarded, or not Glial, Quailiarch, because if I had known that, then I would have made Quailiarch. So then Quailiarch, it would have been Quailiarch in the extra, with this, and this on board. This would float, and Quailiarch would float into Dendrite and Glial, which could revive Quailiarch. So, again, throwing the game because I'm stupid. At least I get both of these back, but this does nothing because it's only 1 effect per turn. Of all the Shaddolls, that should not have been once per turn. Why is Falco once per turn? Why? It's, oh yes, summon itself back and do freaking nothing. Oh my gosh. No, special summon the Unicorn. Go Damage Juggler for the Seraphonite. Get the Damage Juggler, or Trick Clown. Falbenberg for that. Vixen for Agnanimal. Agnanimal into extra normal of that. Link to that. Summon him back. Ausa effect. Steal my Soma so I can't revive it. And there's just so much stuff on board. There's nothing I can do, so I can see it. And that was how Vanities got banned. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 of the worst matches of Chaos Draft I have ever played in my life. But it's done. The stupid Floodgate, the stupid card that is a nightmare to remove in Limited, and the 2 macro effect cards are gone. Unfortunately, these 3 are not permanently banned, but a future Chaos Draft can rectify that. Probably going to be up to me to do that again. However, the Dark Hour is finally over. Next time we get to a point where I can finally say, we are so back. I'll see you then.